You ever notice that right before something incredible happens in your life, everything seems to fall apart? The struggles get heavier, the road gets rougher, and you start questioning whether you're even on the right path. But listen, that's not the time to quit. That's the time to recognize God is setting you up for something big. When God is about to bless you beyond what you can imagine, He won't just give it to you without preparation. No, no. He will shake things up. He will remove what doesn't belong, refine your faith, and test your patience. Because what He's about to give you is too big for the old version of you to handle. So if you're going through challenges, if things seem uncertain, if you feel like you're on the edge of something but you just can't see it yet, pay attention. Because when God is about to move in a mighty way, He will show you these 7 signs. Life has a way of testing you when you're on the edge of something great. You ever notice that? Just when you think you're about to step into a new level, just when you feel that breakthrough coming, everything starts going wrong. The pressure increases, the attacks come out of nowhere, and it feels like you're fighting battles you never signed up for. It's not a coincidence, it's not bad luck, it's a sign. See, the enemy doesn't waste time on people who aren't a threat. If you weren't about to walk into something big, if you weren't about to step into a season of favor, you wouldn't be under this kind of pressure. The struggle is proof that you're close. The enemy knows he can't stop God's plan for your life, but he'll do everything in his power to distract you, to frustrate you, to make you doubt yourself so that you quit before you even get there. Maybe people are turning on you. Maybe you're being misunderstood, lied on, or mistreated by the very people you once trusted. Maybe your finances have taken a hit, and now you're wondering how you're going to make it through. Maybe it feels like everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And in that moment, you start questioning, God, why is this happening to me? But the better question is, God, what are you preparing me for? Because God never allows pressure without purpose. When gold is refined, it's put through fire. When diamonds are formed, they're put under intense pressure. When a tree is about to grow taller, its roots have to dig deeper. And when you are about to be elevated, you will face opposition that feels overwhelming. That's not the time to break down. That's the time to recognize that your blessing is closer than ever. Think about every great person in the Bible who received something extraordinary from God. Before David became king, he was hunted like a criminal. Before Joseph ruled Egypt, he was betrayed by his brothers and thrown into prison. Before Jesus rose, he was crucified. The path to greatness is never smooth. The road to destiny is never without obstacles. The enemy will use fear, doubt, and hardship to try to convince you that you're not worthy of the blessing that's coming your way. It's easy to get discouraged when things feel like they're falling apart. It's easy to start believing that maybe you were wrong about what God showed you, but you have to remember, before the breakthrough, there's always a breaking point. Before the victory, there's always a battle. Before the miracle, there's always a moment where it looks impossible. That's why you can't give up now. If you're feeling the weight of opposition right now, if you're facing challenges that seem unbearable, understand that this is not the end of your story. You are not under attack because you're losing. You are under attack because you're winning. You are not being tested because you're weak. You are being tested because you're stronger than you think. The greater the calling, the greater the opposition. The bigger the blessing, the bigger the battle. You were built for this. There comes a moment in life when doors you once walked through with ease suddenly slam shut. Opportunities that seemed like a sure thing vanish without explanation. People you thought would always be in your corner start pulling away. Plans that you were so certain about begin to fall apart right in front of you. And when that happens, the first instinct is to panic, to feel like you've done something wrong, to wonder why everything you counted on is suddenly slipping through your fingers. But what if I told you that closed doors are just as much a part of God's plan as open ones? See, when God is about to give you something big, when He's preparing to elevate you to a new level, He will start removing the things that no longer serve you. He will start shutting doors that would have led you in the wrong direction. He will cut off relationships that would have kept you bound to a season you were never meant to stay in. And sometimes He won't even give you a reason. He'll just close the door, and all you'll have is faith telling you that He knows what He's doing. It's painful when you don't understand why things aren't working out the way you planned. Maybe you thought that job was meant for you, but the door closed. Maybe you gave everything to a relationship, but they walked away. Maybe you were building something, putting your heart and soul into it, and then out of nowhere it crumbled. And in those moments, it's easy to ask God, why? But the better question is, God, what are you making room for? Because every closed door is a setup for something better. You might not see it yet, but God does. He knows the things that look good but will trap you. He knows the places that seem right but would only slow you down. He knows the people who smile in your face but don't really have your best interest at heart. So he removes them. He shuts the door, and even though it might not feel good at the moment, it's necessary for where he's taking you. Think about it. If you were still holding on to everything you lost, where would you put the new blessings God is about to send your way? If you were still caught up in that old situation, how could you step into the next level? God is making space for something greater, but you can't receive it if your hands are still full of what he already told you to let go of. You've got to trust the process. You've got to understand that when doors start closing, it's not rejection, it's redirection. It's God saying, that's not where I want you, I have something better. And when you believe that, when you truly embrace it, you won't waste time trying to force doors back open. You won't beg people to stay who were never meant to be part of your future. You won't chase opportunities that weren't aligned with your destiny. Instead, you'll walk forward with faith, knowing that what's ahead is far greater than anything you left behind. There comes a point in life when everything around you starts to feel unfamiliar, even if nothing has changed. You wake up in the same place, follow the same routine, interact with the same people, but deep down, something feels off. It's like your soul is whispering that you don't belong here anymore. The things that used to excite you don't bring the same joy. The conversations you once enjoyed feel empty. The goals you chase so hard now seem meaningless. And no matter what you do, you just can't shake the feeling that something is missing. That's not just a passing emotion. That's God stirring something inside you. It's him letting you know that he's preparing you for something greater. Because when God is about to elevate you, he won't let you stay comfortable in a place you've outgrown. He won't let you settle in a season that was only meant to be temporary. He will place a holy discomfort in your spirit, one that keeps pushing you forward, even when you don't know where you're going yet. You might try to ignore it, distract yourself, convince yourself that everything is fine, but the restlessness won't go away. It'll wake you up in the middle of the night. It will sit heavy on your heart in the quiet moments. It will remind you that you were meant for more, even if you don't fully understand what more looks like yet. And that feeling isn't there to frustrate you. It's there to prepare you, because God is shifting you into a new season and he needs you to be ready. But here's the thing, when that restlessness comes, you have a choice. You can try to resist it, hold on to what's familiar, and force yourself to stay in a place where your soul no longer fits. Or you can lean into it. You can trust that the discomfort is a sign of transformation. You can recognize that God is calling you higher, and that means letting go of the things that no longer align with your purpose. Now, it won't be easy. Growth never is. But staying in a place where your spirit is restless is even harder, because deep down, you already know the truth. You weren't meant to stay where you are. You weren't created to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that no longer serve you. You were meant to step into something greater. And this restlessness is God's way of telling you that it's time. When God is about to give you something big, you will start to see people leave your life. And at first, it might not make sense. Friends you've had for years suddenly stop calling. Relationships that once felt strong begin to weaken. People you thought would always be in your corner start distancing themselves, and you can't figure out why. But understand this, not everyone is meant to go where God is taking you. See, when God elevates you, he doesn't just bless you, he also protects you. And sometimes that means removing people from your life before they have the chance to block the blessings he's preparing for you. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, and when their time is up, God will allow circumstances to shift so that they naturally fade away. Not because they were bad people, but because their presence is no longer aligned with your purpose. And I know it hurts. Losing people always does. You may find yourself asking, why is this happening? What did I do wrong? But this is not rejection, it's redirection. It's God clearing the path, making room for something better, something greater, something divine. See, some of the people in your life right now can't handle the version of you that God is shaping. They were comfortable with the old you. the one who played small, the one who doubted, the one who stayed in toxic cycles. But the new you, the one God is refining, that version of you will intimidate them, expose them, or outgrow them. And rather than rise with you, they'll choose to leave. And that's okay, let them. Because when God takes something away, it's only to make space for something better. Some people can only handle you at one level, but they aren't equipped to walk with you into the next. Elevation requires separation. And when God is about to give you something big, He will separate you from anyone who can't be trusted with your future. So don't beg people to stay. Don't chase after those who have walked away. Trust that God knows what He's doing, because what He's about to give you is so much bigger than what you lost. When God is about to give you something big, you will start receiving unusual confirmations. These are not just random coincidences, not just things that happen by chance. These are clear, undeniable signs that God is speaking directly to you. You might start hearing the same message over and over again, a sermon, a conversation, a song on the radio, all echoing the same truth, pointing you in the same direction. You could be thinking about making a big decision, and suddenly everywhere you turn, you see signs pushing you forward. Someone might randomly say exactly what you needed to hear, confirming what's been in your heart all along. And sometimes God speaks through the stillness. You may feel an unshakable peace about something that doesn't make sense logically. While others doubt, while circumstances look uncertain, deep in your spirit, you just know this is where you're supposed to be. That quiet confidence, that's God letting you know that He's already gone ahead of you. Then there are the dreams, the visions, the moments when God whispers directly into your soul. Maybe you wake up from a dream that feels so real, it lingers with you all day. Or you get an idea that comes out of nowhere, yet it feels divinely inspired. This is not your imagination playing tricks on you. This is God confirming that He is moving in your life. See, when God is preparing something big, He knows that doubt will try to creep in. He knows the enemy will try to make you second guess yourself. So what does He do? He sends you confirmation, not just once, but over and over, until you can't ignore it, until you know without a shadow of a doubt that this is His plan for you. But here's the thing, you have to be paying attention, because God is always speaking, but are you listening? Are you too distracted to notice? Too busy to see the signs? If you keep praying for direction, but you're ignoring every confirmation He sends, you might miss the very thing you've been asking for. So when you start seeing these unusual confirmations, don't brush them off. Acknowledge them. Thank God for them. And most importantly, act on them. Because when God sends a word, it's not just to reassure you. It's to prepare you for what's coming next. When God is about to give you something big, your faith will be tested like never before. And I don't mean small, everyday challenges. I mean tests so intense that they shake you to your core, making you question everything, your plans, your purpose, even your relationship with God. This is where the real refining happens. This is where your faith is stretched to its limits, because God is preparing you for something greater than you've ever imagined. You may feel like everything is working against you. The job you counted on falls through. The relationship you thought was forever suddenly crumbles. The opportunities you worked so hard for slip right through your fingers. And in these moments, doubt creeps in. Fear tries to paralyze you. You start asking, God, why are you allowing this? Why does it feel like everything is going wrong? But understand this, God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is stripping away everything that is not meant to go with you into your next season. He is teaching you to trust Him even when you can't see the outcome. Faith isn't faith if it only works when everything is going well. Faith is proven in the storm. Faith is believing when you have no evidence, when all logic says it's over, when your bank account says empty, when people walk away, when the situation looks impossible, and yet you still trust. And here's the real test. How will you respond? Will you give up? Will you let fear take over? Or will you stand firm, knowing that God is in control? Because God is watching how you handle this season. He is seeing if you will hold on to Him when nothing makes sense. And if you can stay faithful now, when the breakthrough comes, you will be ready to handle it. See, the blessing you've been praying for isn't just about receiving, it's about becoming. You have to become the person who can carry the weight of what you're asking for. And that means your faith must be unshakable. That means you have to trust not just in the promise, but in the process. Because the bigger the blessing, the bigger the test. The bigger the calling, the greater the refinement. So if you're in the fire right now, don't quit. If your faith is being tested like never before, know that your breakthrough is closer than ever. Because when God is about to give you something big, He first makes sure you are strong enough to handle it. And that strength comes from one thing: unwavering faith. When God is about to give you something big, opportunities will start arriving unexpectedly. And not just any opportunities, but ones that seem to come out of nowhere at just the right time. You may have spent years knocking on doors that never opened, sending out applications, making connections, and putting in the effort only to be met with silence or rejection. But then suddenly, things start shifting. Doors that were once bolted shut begin to swing wide open. Calls you never expected start coming in. People you've never met before step into your life and introduce you to opportunities you never even considered. But here's the thing, these aren't random accidents. This is divine alignment. These are moments orchestrated by God Himself, setting you up for the blessing He's about to release in your life. And what's interesting is that these opportunities often come in ways you didn't plan for. You may have been focused on one path, thinking your blessing would come from a specific source, but God doesn't work according to human logic. He works in ways that defy expectation. And this is where discernment is key. See, when these unexpected opportunities arrive, they may not always look the way you imagine. Sometimes they require stepping out of your comfort zone, taking a risk, or trusting God in a way you never have before. Because the blessing is not just in the opportunity itself, it's in your willingness to embrace it. If you're too focused on how you think things should happen, you might miss what God is doing right in front of you. This is also where faith comes into play. These opportunities will often require a leap of faith. They may ask you to walk away from something familiar, to say yes to something that feels uncertain, to trust that God is guiding you even when you can't see the full picture. And that's the test. Will you have the courage to step into what God is placing before you? You see, when God is preparing you for something big, He doesn't just drop the blessing in your lap. He presents you with doors and waits to see if you have the faith to walk through them. And that's why these unexpected opportunities aren't coincidences. They are your confirmation that God is moving in your life. When God is about to give you something big, He doesn't just hand it to you. He prepares you for it. He tests your faith, refines your character, and removes anything that would hold you back from receiving the fullness of His blessing. The challenges, the closed doors, the restlessness, the people leaving your life, all of it is part of the process. It's not rejection, it's redirection. If you've been facing opposition, if you've been feeling like everything around you is shifting, don't be discouraged. God is setting you up for something greater. You are not being abandoned. You are being positioned. The very obstacles you see today are the signs that breakthrough is near. And when those unexpected opportunities start to appear, don't let fear or doubt keep you from stepping into them. Trust that God knows exactly what He's doing. So stand firm. Keep your faith strong. Hold on, even when the process is uncomfortable. Because when God is about to give you something big, He makes sure you're ready to receive it. And when that moment comes, you won't just step into a blessing. You'll step into the purpose and destiny He has been preparing for you all along.